is the attendance of our students. I was happy this morning when I entered the gates that all things are set. We have the shed, we have the chairs, table, the rostrum, and the sound system. But as I was looking around this morning, I saw very few students inside the campus. I told myself that if this attendance continues until March, I might, or the office might, it does not mean here totally, absolutely, I might withhold some of the activities intended for school year 2014-2015. Intindihan niyo mga bata, wala kamo pamati dyan sa likod, nag-contest kamo dyan kanakan sa microphone. Sige yun ninyo nga gamay attendance kung may activity, hindi takin magtugrok ninyo mga activities as Marso. Tandaan nyo ang balkongan. What I say, I mean it. Activities or activity like this will enable you to become a totally rounded individual. Reminder, my dear students, totally rounded individual. In other words, nga wala kulang. Makong kita total, that is 100%. Para ta kaninyo niya, bukod para sa mga teachers, much more bukod para kay Mrs. ALOTENCIO. Okay? I understood, my dear advisors. Now, I'm having a trip tomorrow. It is an overtime. As I was sitting together with our teachers and Mrs. Marfil, my mind is flying. Nakapandangan kundiin because I have to prepare some reports to be submitted to the division office tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Saturday. Pero wala high order ka division office even if it is a Saturday. If it calls for our attendance school heads at the division office, I have to be there tomorrow. Kasi kung ko daw hindi ka ko concentrate gid totally hay may meeting pa alauna karon sa munisipyo. You know what would be the meeting tomorrow at the division office? My dear fellow teachers, it will be about the performance-based bonus. Truman. Kasi lang pagkalunis may dararin ako. Hey, to our guest this morning, Mrs. Desi Dimafiles Marfil from Bitadton Elementary School, our member of the Board of Judges, to my dear fellow teachers, to the supportive parents, dear students, friends, ladies and gentlemen, also to the people who made this activity a success, good morning. It is said that English is a universal language. Why? Almost all people from all walks of life use the English language. The Chinese learn the English language in order to communicate, in order to make themselves understood by people who are non-Chinese speakers. So, if we know the English language, we could be at par with other peoples in the world. In the classrooms, our English teachers taught the different skills like listening skills, reading skills, reading, writing skills. What else? Reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Thank you. Reading, writing, speaking, and listening. My topic this morning is on listening. Listening. Why is it that listening is included in the skills, the 4 skills that an English student should master? Why? I would like to give the title of my talk, Listening Costs. Why? Listening costs. C-O-S-T-S. Of all the communication skills, listening is the most demanding and the least mastered. Why most demanding? You could only be a good conversationalist if you are a good listener. Is it correct? To be a good conversationalist is to be a good listener. Why? So many whys. The ancient philosopher Zeno is quoted as saying, "We have been given 2 ears, and but a single mouth, in order that we may listen more and talk less." So, what does it say? Listen more, talk less. In fact, there was a joke in the many seminars and conferences I have attended. The more you talk, the more you make mistakes. So talk less and listen more. Why? Why? First, why should we listen more and talk less? 1, we must want to listen. Why do we want to listen? What is in that talk? Why we must listen? We want to listen. So as Mrs. Salvacion was giving her intro as being the MC in today's program, and while Miss Armen was giving her opening remarks, I believe that all of us were listening to them. When Johnny hears his mother say, "Take out the trash," that was the request of the mother of Johnny. Take out the trash. He is suddenly deaf. In other words, he does not mind what the mother says. He does not want to hear that. Do you do this at home, students? When your mother requests you to bring me a glass of water, bring me a cup of coffee, do you listen to your mother or you do not? But when she just whispers, whisper is different from shouting, no? From talking in a loud voice. But when the mother whispers, here's a quarter. What do you mean by quarter? Because this is an American setting. Ano ang quarter? What is a quarter? Here's a quarter. How much is that? $100. What's a quarter? Mrs. Cabillan, please teach them. Please tell them what's a quarter. What's a quarter? Cabillan? What's a quarter? You do not know what's a quarter. So when your mother tells you, here's 10 pesos, that is its Philippine equivalent. That exactly 10 pesos. It might be 20 pesos like that. So if the mother whispers to John, here's a quarter, go and get yourself an ice cream cone. It picks up the softest signal, loud and clear. See that? Kung may suhol gani, I have to make it more understandable. Ma-picture out din ninyo. Kung maganihan ni sinanay na gani kay John would quarter in American setting or sa atin di pulo ka pisos, dasig-dasigla si John magubrahay may S-U-H-O-L, may suhol. Among kamuran sa balay niyo, hindi mo magtuman kung rat suhol, kani okay. Here's a quarter. So John would do what he was requested to do because of suhol. Okay. To listen, we must pay attention. The first, want. Second, pay. It's a figurative language. Pay attention to your teacher while the teacher is explaining or is conducting or is giving examples to the lesson being discussed. Pay attention. That is the first. The first rather is want. The second is pay attention. What does it mean when we say pay attention? That implies that it costs something. I am talking here, I believe all of the students are listening or are paying attention to what I am talking here in front. In listening, we pay out our most personal and intimate treasure. What are those intimate treasure kang tao? What are those? Awareness, interest, and our effort in order to receive something in return. So, meaning, information, understanding, or perhaps comfort or entertainment. In other words, this listening skill or skills will give us something in return. And it calls for our intimate effort and awareness. You know, sometimes we listen with deaf ears, as if we are not engrossed to what is being talked about or what is being discussed in front of us. So our intimate treasure are one, awareness, second, our interest, and our effort. Are you aware like that? Are you aware of why English is considered the universal language? Why? Are you aware of that? So you know the answer to the question. Why is it that English is considered the universal language? And then, our interest. So, before you go abroad, before your application for traveling abroad or for looking for a job abroad is approved, you have to undergo series of interviews, particularly the English language, you use while answering questions during the interview. What are the things that you will get in return when you pay attention to the person talking? One is information. So, the first information I gave to the teachers was, I will be out, or I would be out tomorrow to work on the PBB. That was the first information, and that is something. One of the biggest informations that everybody is waiting for. Then, understanding. Why is listening skill, reading skill, or speaking skill being taught in the classrooms? Not only in English, but in Filipino as well. Why? Understanding, or perhaps comfort or entertainment. If you are proficient in English, you will feel comfortable if you are in a group of American or English-speaking people. Know the ins and the outs of the English language, you feel comfortable if you are with a group of English-speaking people. And another is entertainment. In one of the seminars I attended at Punta Villa, Iloilo, preparing for the secondary education development and improvement projects, one of the speakers was a consultant from Australia. As the talk progresses, I was frowning because I could not understand what he was or what he is talking about. Because one of the words he used or he uses was to die. I was frowning. What is he talking about? I told myself, to die is the most precious die. What is to die? Only to find out later that what he was talking about was, today is the most beautiful days, gali. See that? So I have to adjust my listening skill. In-adjust to our listening skill. Wala kaming gadat down notes. I did not take down notes while we was talking from the start to the end. Because I want to understand what he is or what he was talking about. Only to find out to die is today. Australian English. Okay, next. Listening is hard work. Why? Why hard work? Why is listening hard work? Because, as what I have told you, if you are not used to listening to these people from Australia, you could really not understand what they are talking about. To die is today. I thought, to die, nga mapatay. To die, tagli nga, today. Done. Australian English siya. Dr. Matthews from Australia. The consultant, one of the consultants can see it last time. Yes, pinanglan master ka ka English. So listening is hard work, which is why we do not give our attention indiscriminately. So pay attention. Follow if you can. Kung pwede pa lang itunlun-tun lagi tatanan-tanan. Okay? And above all, listening is a gift. Do you have that listening, that gift of listening? May inyo ka ra? Because I observed in the many experiences that I had in seminars, trainings, workshops, ibata na, mas gusto pa nanda magwakal sa tang pagturuan kang sa mamati sa tao nga nagahambal sa tanga. Siguro, kung ang speaker nga to nakabati, makungra, aram ikaw knakenaw, ora ikaw dyan nagtindag. That? Listening is a gift. It has been described as one of the greatest gifts we can give each other. I would like to give you a tangible example. Two people or two persons, male or female, male and male, female or female. Sometimes, if a person has a problem, he needs or she needs somebody to listen to her. Di ba? May problema ka, kung ikaw lang may istorya sara, pag kung may makakita ka nimo ay niwan na, sidlang dirdi hangin ulo na. Pero kung there's somebody to listen to you from 8 to 5 in the afternoon, you will be relieved of your heartaches. Di ba? Have you experienced that, students? Oh, very silent. Engrossed din ka mo matik-nakan. Mag-test ako karon, 10 items, 10 man yung score. Orang, kung may problema ang tao, kung may tao nga mamati ka na, relieve, mga problema na, hagan-hagan yung ginapasan na sa nangaabaga. Figurative language, ginapasan, figurative language. Hay man, na-pour out na ang tanan-tanan, larugya sa nga dughan. So, listening is a gift. Are you ready to listen to that person? Na mag-istorya ni mo? Kaysa, ura pagnita na nakaumpisa mag-ura, kamatak-matik ni mo. So, you are not gifted. You don't have that gift of being a good listener. So, listening is a gift. That is one of the greatest gifts we can give each other. Kaya kung ta naman magka-problema, maprapit mo na nimo because you have your 2 ears nga mamati. In fact, I met a friend before nang hambal ko ka na, sige, Mads, isugid ang tanan, pati mata mo paturuan, agad maghawan ang imong dughan. See, ay may gapamati. Ang role natin ng mga listeners. Listening requires the use of learned skills. When I was writing this, ay kung ano ganinang pronunciation kang L-E-A-R-N-E-D. Kung ano yaman, learned. Ay kung learn. Again, division office requires us submit the list learned gali. So it is pronounced as learned. The list learned skills. Ang listening. That correct, English teachers or language teachers? Listening requires the use of learned skills. I believe your English teachers have already taught you the different skills in order to become a good listener. Listening is the communication skill learned first and used most often. Correct. Why? In classroom setting, when your teacher lectures on what is matter, Science 1, grade 7, what is matter? So the science teacher explains everything about science. First, you listen, di ba? And after the lecture, the teacher gives a quiz or a test. If you were listening to your teacher, the 10-item quiz is but easy for you to answer. And at the end, you will get 10 as your score. So we have to be good listeners. Yet, listening is learned first and most often used. My contradiction. Yet, of all the communication skills, it is the least taught. Is that correct, English teachers? Man-an ko na next week, ma-observe ako by classes liwat. So, of all the communication skills, listening is the least taught and least mastered. Right or wrong, English teachers? Is taught, least mastered. Well, as regards the list of learned skills, I think this is correct. Least mastered skill and listening skill. Why? As revealed by your English teachers, and as I have observed from among the English teachers, yes, our students do not listen very well to the extent that your teacher will say, listen very well. See that? Listen very well. So why is it that listening costs? Thank you very much. This is Marfil. Thank you very much for being with us today. To all the people who made this activity a success or a successful one, to the supportive parents, I believe many parents are around supporting their children who will be doing some impromptu speaking, declamation, the verse choir, etc., etc. We are able to have this activity because of only one thing: unity and cooperation. Our former DepEd Regional Office 6 Director, Dr. Victoriano B. Tirol, and I would like to finish my message with that talk from Dr. Tirol. Probably you have heard already this talk by Dr. Tirol, but I would like to borrow again his message. One of the hunters, mountaineer, wakuno hunter or mountaineer, mahilig mag-agto sa mga bukid, maglakbay bukid. One of the mountaineers saw or caught an elephant. Elephant was so big that he could not carry it alone to the next barangay. And so, to get the help or the attention of the people in that barangay, he shouted, "Help me carry my elephant." The people who heard that voice did not pay attention to that mountaineer or hunter. The second time he shouted, "Help me carry my elephant." The people did not respond. The third time he shouted again, "Help me carry my elephant." Nobody helped him. And so he changed his statement. "Please help me carry our elephant." Immediately, the people in the barangay helped him carry the elephant to the next barangay. So what word changed the attitude of the people in the barangay? What word? Words rather. by and our friends. Right. So, this is not my activity. This is not my own. This is our activity. This is everybody's activity. So, we have to unite for the success of this activity. Thank you very much. Good morning. God bless us all.